Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is May 13th, 2023, and this is my weekly market review where I review the Russell 2000 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. I'm actually looking at IWM right now, which is a ETF for the Russell 2000, much smaller, one that's just smaller, put it that way. It moves the same as your RUT, and your future contract slash RTY, and your future contract, your micro future contract M2K. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. As we can see on the quarterly chart, I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit and all. It's been going sideways. It's in between the range that I expect it to stay within to see if it's going to actually break this bottom here or not. My stochastic is kind of in the middle going sideways also, since this market has been making these small body candles on this quarterly chart and not really going anywhere. Let's take a quick, let's zoom on in. I'm not zoomed in. Let me zoom on in where you can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. See, this stochastic is slightly still pointing to the downside. This last quarter is pointing to the downside. We had a doji. We're getting a candle, a red candle here. But will it break this bottom? That's what we're looking at and trying to see at this time. On the monthly chart, let's zoom in a little bit. We've been going down, 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 down. We're down here in this range still. We've been getting some down months the last 4 months. This last month here, well, we're still in the middle of May. We're down here near the bottom. We came down here near the bottom of my range and actually gave us a little pretty good bounce here. And all, it's bouncing back up, but we got to just kind of like see what happens. The stochastic is still pointing to the downside, so be careful about taking any long trades quite yet. It's all based on your trading strategy and how you see the market. When is the time to actually maybe try to go long? This thing can continue dropping to the downside. My stochastic is still turning down. We still can come all the way down here to these bottoms here, and before we actually turn back to the upside, let's take a quick look at the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, I'm going to zoom in again right here a little bit. On the weekly chart, Jayla said there was a gap. I guess she was looking at this gap back over. It was still maybe a little bit of a gap back over here, or maybe it's still there's some gaps here on the weekly chart that we kind of look at. It's some stuff way down here still yet. That this market can actually really drop to. The way we look at things, we can see that the stochastic here is still weak and all. It came up, but it hasn't even been able. If you have a 50% line, some people like throwing a 50% line here on the stochastic itself. I've seen people do that. Again, it's back to what do you see. And let me see if it'll let me do that. It'll let me do that. See, your 50% line would be about, that's close enough, will be right there, and it hasn't really crossed that yet. Some people want to see it get here. They manage their trades, again, based on your trading strategy, your trading rules, how you're going to handle your trade. When you're seeing the stochastic doing something like this, you see your red candles still here on the weekly chart. Where are you with your trading? Set rules in place and all to help you stay on the right side of the market. Let me just remove that drawing. Let's go ahead. But overall, we're going sideways. We're on a lower range. Do you get a little bit more aggressive, on the call side? Do you continue doing the put side? Again, based on your trading strategy and what you see. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily chart. As we can see, this is how this whole range thing came up. I was trading the Russell back here when it went sideways here for what I could say almost for a full year. It's doing the same thing, but the range here is larger. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit here where we can look at the daily noise a little bit and all. And this is where I was just talking about, should we get a little bit more aggressive? I say no at all, because based on my trading strategy and my trading rules, no, I do not get a little bit more aggressive, coming down here a little bit closer on the call side. I still try to stay safe. I know I'm not going to get as much premium. As long as I stick to my trading strategy based on the way, I should get enough money in my trades with volatility being up where it's at. And again, here on the stochastic, as we can see here on even on the daily chart, it didn't get that high when it did come to the top, and when it came to the bottom, it's still again that back to that 50% point right here. It just barely got above that 50% point. If that's something that people actually look at, as you can see, I don't have it on my chart, but it's something that I know that some people do, and all. But that's what I see. I still see this thing going sideways. Now on the daily, on this one right here, you will have more gaps, but does it really tend to like fill in those gaps? And we do have a gap further down here that this market really hasn't filled yet. And this daily chart, these should be weekly pivots. Will this market next week come on down here a little bit lower before actually turning around and going back to the upside? I can see this market coming down to a support 1 level here on the weekly chart next week, but I'll wait and see. But that's all that's all I have here for the Russell today. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Talk to you next week. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Talk to you later. Bye.